So, this is my first live on Substack, uh, and this is going to be about digital ideology. And I start now, and whoever joins in, I'm happy. Ladies and gentlemen, every age believes it understands the world in which it lives. It gives names to its inventions, it celebrates its discoveries, it congratulates itself for having reached a new summit of civilization. And yet, history teaches a humbly lesson. The men and the women who lived through a great transformation are rarely the ones who understand it. The citizens of ancient Rome did not know they were witnessing the slow death of the Republic. The first workers who entered the textile mills of Manchester did not believe they were inaugurating industrial capitalism. They thought they were simply looking for work. History often disguises itself as ordinary life. Perhaps the same is true for us. Every morning we wake, unlock our phones, answer emails, search for information, ask questions of artificial intelligence, generate texts, images, and ideas. These actions appear trivial, disconnected, almost invisible. Yet history has often hidden itself inside such ordinary gestures. For what appears to be a technological revolution may, in fact, be something more profound. We are repeatedly told that we are entering the age of artificial intelligence. Governments speak of innovation, corporations speak of productivity, investors speak of opportunity. Journalists ask which professions will disappear and which new skills we must acquire. These are understandable questions, but they are not the first questions. They assume that the central fact of our age is the machine. I invite you today to consider another possibility. What if the machine is not the historical event? What if it is only the visible expression of a deeper transformation that has already begun? For history has never been driven by machines alone. The steam engine did not create industrial society by itself. Electricity did not reorganize the economy by itself. The computer did not invent globalization. Technologies become revolutionary only when they enter new relations of production, only when they recognize the way society produces, distributes, and appropriates wealth. This is where history moves. And that, I believe, is where our attention should move today. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to begin not with artificial intelligence, but with a question. Who is producing intelligence? The obvious answer seems simple. The engineers, the programmers, the great technology companies. But consider your own day. Every message you write, every search you perform, every correction you make to an AI-generated answer, every photograph you upload, every article you publish, every conversation you have online, each appears to be isolated act. Yet together they form something much greater. They become the living material from which digital intelligence continuously develops. This is the first proposition I ask you to consider. The productive activity of society has escaped the traditional factory. It has become dispersed across everyday life itself. We no longer leave society in order to produce. So society has increasingly become the place of production. This is why I describe our emerging condition as the immaterial factory. Not because factories have disappeared, they have not. Steel is still made, cars are still assembled, food is still cultivated. But alongside those familiar forms of production, another has emerged. Its principal raw material is not iron. Its principal raw material is not iron, nor coal, nor oil. Its raw material is organized human intelligence. The raw material of the immaterial factory is organized human intelligence. And unlike previous productive systems, this one is nourished continuously by the ordinary activities of billions of people. Because the decisive question is no longer simply how wealth is produced, it is who owns the productive infrastructure through which intelligence itself is organized. Who owns the productive infrastructure through which intelligence itself is organized? Ladies and gentlemen, here we encounter a remarkable paradox. Never before has so much knowledge been produced collectively. Never before have so many people contributed, knowingly or unknowingly, to the creation of digital intelligence. And yet, never before has such an extraordinary concentration of cognitive infrastructure existed in so few hands. Never before. A handful of corporations now own the platforms, the models, the computational resources, and the networks through which an increasing share of society's intellectual activity flows. And this is often presented as the natural outcome of technological progress. I do not believe it is. History contains nothing natural about the organization of ownership. Every economic order appeared inevitable while it lasted. None proved permanent. The question before us is therefore neither technological nor merely economic. It is historical. How did we arrive here? What social transformation has made this concentration possible? And what conception of society has persuaded us to regard it as simply the normal course of progress? These are the questions that have guided the writing of the digital ideology, which, by the way, you can already find it on Amazon. The Digital Ideology by Maurizio Bisogno. This book goes into depth into this topic. So today that was only a um, okay. Let's see. An introduction. I will perform the full, let's say, conference online on the 17th of July. So I expect people to be, um, even a few people to be there. And I will discuss this topic of the digital ideology. And at the same time, if you're interested, please go visit my website, mauriziobisogno.com, or look for this book on Amazon. The full preface is available in the preview uh, on Amazon. So, The Digital Ideology by Maurizio Bisogno on Amazon.com, and you can read the preface so you verify if that is something that you are interested in exploring. So, I will see you on the 17th of July. Have a good day, and thank you for watching.